Welcome back, listeners, to Tales from the 20 Side, Pathfinder 2nd Edition Let's Play podcast. My name is Dom, and I'm your games master for this game and for many other games. And I'm joined by our regular cast members of Stu Father Christmas Jackson.
Ho, ho, ho!
Neil Santa Claus Kelly.
Ho, ho, hello.
And Darren Krampus Mafucci.
Bar fucking humbug.
Hello, folks. How are we doing? Everyone have a nice little break?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I've my daily fruit intake.
But we've had a break from recording. The listeners have had a break for Christmas.
Sadly, we can't talk about how wonderful your Christmas was or what amazing things you received, because that hasn't happened yet. So to everybody listening, we hope you all had a lovely day yesterday, whatever you may have been doing. Yeah.
I know that when this comes out, I will have spent Christmas Day sat on my arse, putting snacks into my face and watching The Expanse for the 4 millionth time. Because the new episodes start, I think, in a couple of days, so I've started rewatching it all again, and then on Christmas Day I plan on having like a good chunk of season 4 to go, and then the first couple of episodes of season 5, and I can't wait because it's bloody brilliant.
Of what, sorry?
The Expanse.
The Expanse.
The Expanse, yeah, it's on
The
Prime.
Expanse, alright,
Yeah.
I was thinking
Not your ex-pants.
My ex-pants. Sorry, ex-pants. The Expanse, okay.
Well, I'll tell you what, add a few beers in there, change The Expanse for Star Trek Discovery and the Queen's Speech, and right there with you, mate. Well, not with you, obviously, but, you know. With you in spirit.
Spirit indeed. And yeah, so I think that's enough sort of chat about the past that is also the future. How about we jump back into our little belated Christmas gift to our viewers in the form of our game.
Yes, let's fuck this dragon up.
Well, that's it. There was nothing dramatic happening at the end of the last episode, was there?
That's it. It's not like I left you guys on a massive cliffhanger or anything. Well, I wouldn't do that to you.
Might as well have left us on a massive cliff. I mean, you know. We know that in this game, when characters get to certain levels, they can, with a bit of work, defeat dragons, but we're level 3 characters. No? Right, so listeners, we're level 3 characters. There's only 3 of us, and our GM is throwing a fucking dragon at us. Just saying. Just saying. Alright? So if your Christmas present, if you ask Santa for a TPK, alright, thank Dom. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, if I were in your position, Stu, I would just be taking it as a glowing appraisal of our capabilities. I mean, you have been known to say many times that you're almost like deities, so now's your chance to prove it.
That's in our social game. That's in our social game. I keep saying, well, characters are godlike just because I know it upsets you. Don't say that, you'll jinx it.
And now,
yes.
and now, ladies and gentlemen, Stu reaps what he has sown. There we go.
Oh dear.
Right, anyway, getting us back into our game, our 3 adventurers, Brother Amos, Alwyn Templeton and Otto von Niederschläger, have sort of fought their way to the top of the Pale Tower, where they are intending to face the witch Radosek for the final time, and hopefully put a stop to his tyranny in the area and shut down the winter portal that's spreading winter across their homeland. After a brief altercation with some statues that were no longer statues, you all decided to take a little breather before facing Radosek himself, just to patch your wounds up and try and get yourselves as close to fighting fit as you could. Whilst you were doing so, you were ambushed by a strange grey-skinned creature calling itself Mig. after Radosek had attempted to make an appearance in the mirrors, which you promptly smashed, you were interrupted in your rest a few minutes later by this strange grey-skinned creature, which attacked you, and when attacked back, grew to enormous size, before eventually being put down by the combined efforts of the five of you.
I've got to say, I kind of feel sorry for Mig, because I feel like he was a character with like a fully fleshed out backstory and character and personality. I mean, he was clearly a cook who'd been interrupted with what he was doing. You know, I mean, we don't even know what kind of creature he was, for God's sake. You know, he just walked in, it's like, oh, okay, we're going to kill you. You know, and yeah, I just feel there was a wasted backstory there.
That's it. Well, what can I say?
We'll never know. We'll never know.
Indeed, you will never know what his... I mean, that
He
guy
made
had a
his
family,
choices.
Stu. He had a family, that's all I'm saying.
Was he one day away from retirement as well?
He was one day away from retirement. Anyway.
Sorry, I have interrupted.
No, it's fine, it's fine. Yes, you put down this creature that had attacked you so suddenly, completed your brief rest, and made your way up to the top floor of the tower to face Radosek, ostensibly for the final time. You engaged Radosek in combat, with him flinging spells across the room, and yourself diving in with tooth and fang and blade. And you were seeming to get the upper hand on Radosek himself. You all had him backed into a corner before he cast a spell on himself, restoring some of the wounds he had taken, and then calling up to the sky for orb effects to protect him. And this was answered by a loud crashing from the roof above, and you watched as the ceiling of the tower caved in and started raining shards of broken ice towards you. And you watched amidst this chaos, you could see the form of the ice statue in the form of the dragon that Radosek had ridden up here, sort of careening down from the ceiling. Which brings us back into where we are. So you may be relieved to know that it takes both of the dragon's actions to get through the roof and sort of hurtling down towards you all, which brings us to the end of Radosek's turn and on to Nadia. And Nadia sort of looks up, hearing this crash and seeing this dragon sort of descending from up on high, swears quite loudly. "Oh, shite! What have you gotten me into here, Owen?"
What? Suddenly my fault?
Yes, Alwyn, what have you gotten us into?
The dragon is still a good 20 feet above you. It's quite a high ceiling in this part of the tower. It's a good 20 feet above you. So for the time being, Nadia turns her attention back to Radosek and says, "All right then, I guess we'll just have to put you down like we were trying to before. Again, all at once." You get your guiding words, your +1 to attack and damage, and then she is... actually, she can make 2 attacks because he hasn't moved this turn. So she slams in with her hatchet. But you can see as she makes these swings towards him, she's sort of glancing nervously over her shoulder toward the statue of the dragon. She's not really paying attention to where they're going, and both attacks go wide. That's the end of her turn. We're round to Brother Amos.
Ooh. Dragons. Well, I think there's only one thing for it, and that's to strike the dragon square in the face.
So the dragon is still sort of 20 feet above you. Hasn't quite got to you yet.
Oh, okay. Well, and then I'm going to punch Radosek instead. I'm just going to punch the nearest enemy.
Roll those attacks.
19.
19 is a miss, unfortunately. Your fist scrapes off this arcane barrier that seems to surround him.
20.
20 is just enough to hit. Roll damage there.
9.
9 points of damage. Nice. Sort of frustrated from where he's been ducking and weaving past you previously. You fake him one way to cause him to move towards you before coming back with your fist on the other side, and you do strike him square across the jaw. 2 actions left, I believe.
I shall strike him again.
Alright, roll that attack.
That's a miss.
And your third action?
I'll take another swing for him. (23).
Is that with your multiple attack penalty?
Yeah, that's with the -8. Yeah.
Nice, well done. Yeah, 23 is a hit, so roll some more damage for me.
6 again.
6, nice. 2 very nice strikes. Once again, your third strike, you use it to almost bait Radosek into moving in the direction you want him to, and your final strike, you bring it to bear. You thump him solidly in the chest. Okay, that ends your turn, Brother Amos. We are round 2. Otto.
I will produce flame
Okay.
at Radosek. I think
Radosek.
while that dragon's still circling around above. So let me.
It's not circling. It's diving towards us.
Well, yes, but I think if I take out Radosek, then not so good. 18.
18 is a miss. You flick your produce flame, and again, the sudden appearance of this ice dragon, it's quite a distracting thing. You're not quite looking where you're placing the fireball, and it slams the wall behind Radosek.
I will put up my shield.
Okay, last action, you cast shield on yourself, protecting yourself a little bit. End of Otto's turn, we're round to Alwyn.
Oh, sorry, my attack was 19 because I had a +1.
19 is still a miss.
Still a miss.
Just a miss.
Alwyn is gonna call over to Otto. Otto, you're our one ranged attacker. Only you could have hit the dragon, and it's made of fucking ice. And you fire, and oh my god.
Yes, but I thought Radosek was the key. And I thought
Anyway,
I missed anyway.
I sense Alwyn is getting progressively greyer.
well, let's see if he survives this. First action will be to attack with the rapier. 14, presumably not.
It is a miss, unfortunately, even with your flanking with Nadia.
Okay, second action will be to try that again. 16.
16 is still a miss.
And last action will be to command Chardonnay to do same. Oh, actually, that will be 17, not 16. Sorry.
17 is still a miss.
Okay. Chardonnay then. That's better. 26.
26 is a hit for Chardonnay.
Okay. For 8 points of damage.
Points.
And last action for Chardonnay. 21.
21 is a hit. Roll the damage.
That's 5 points of damage. Why can Chardonnay roll better than me? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. There you go. Alright, so end of your turn there, Alwyn.
That's it.
We're round to Radosek. And again, the first thing you see him do is sort of ducking and diving, taking these hits from Brother Amos and from Chardonnay. He's going to slip himself out of of the lovely murder sandwich you've got him in. That's the dragon. Basically just extricates himself from the whole melee there. As he does so, you see him draw looks to be a dagger of sorts, except the blade seems to be made almost of a crystal, and the handle has a. You can't quite tell what it is, but it seems to have quite an elegant design to it. He draws this dagger, and he points down just in the direction of the group, and sort of shouts, "Go, kill them!" And you watch as the dragon descends sort of another 15 feet, so it's hovering just above your heads, and it's going to swipe out towards. It's going to swipe out towards Alwyn with its claw.
Of course it is.
For the benefit of the listeners, I did roll to see who it picked, and it picked Alwyn.
Did. I mean, you're saying that, we just see a number.
That's true.
You could have said anyone.
All right, it dives towards you, Alwyn, and it goes to swipe you. I've got 13 to hit.
13? No, it's no. Alwyn ducks out the way.
And that you do. It dives towards you. Goes to grab hold of you, Alwyn. But you're just quick enough to get out of its way. That ends his turn. We're round to Nadia. Nadia sort of looks around. Doesn't quite know where to go. Am I going for Radosek or this thing?
Go for Radosek.
All right. She moves away from the group. Sort of rushes all the way over to catch him. Once again says, sort of calls out and says, "If you can catch him, he's starting to get slow on his left." Re-ups her guiding words on you all, and makes a strike towards him. Ooh, and with a 20 to hit, she just catches him as he's moving away from the rest of the group. As he's moving away. Some nice damage there from Nadia. That will end her turn. Brother Amos, we're round to you. There is a dragon within reach just above you, just to try to swipe at Alwyn.
Okay, so since Brother Amos speaks dragon, he's going to say to the dragon, "I don't suppose there's any chance we could talk about this."
As you say this, Brother Amos, you get no response from the dragon. Just give me a wisdom roll.
$11.
Okay. Don't worry.
Right, well, fuck you then.
That's the spirit. That's what we're all about.
Okay, so I'm gonna have a swing at the dragon.
Right, roll that attack.
17.
17 is a miss, unfortunately. Your fist slams into the ice, doesn't seem to do any damage.
Just rolled a natural 1.
Oh, roll a d6 for me, Darren.
5.
That is a critical fumble for Mr. Brother Amos there. Okay, as you lean up to punch the dragon, you find yourself overbalancing a little bit where it's a bit above you, and you lose your balance a little bit. You become flat-footed until the end of your next turn, as it leaves a bit of an opening in your defences.
What does flat-footed do?
Basically makes you a little bit easier to hit.
Okay.
It also has effects. So, for example, if the dragon were a rogue, that dragon would now get sneak attack damage on you as well.
Right. Okay.
But the dragon is not a rogue, as far as you know. You've still got an action left, Brother Amos.
I'm going to take another swing for it with a powerful fist.
Right, so roll that attack.
18.
18 is also a miss, unfortunately. Just a miss. This time you do hit the dragon, but as your fist connects with what is clearly solid ice, you don't do any damage to it.
It made me flat-footed, and now it broke my hand.
There we go, that's just how it be. Alright, end of your turn, Brother Amos. We're round to Otto.
I will produce flame.
Alright.
Ooh, 27.
27 is a hit. I'm assuming you're targeting the dragon.
Targeting the dragon, yes.
Okay, 27's a hit. Roll damage.
2 plus 4, 7.
7 points of damage. Nice. So as the flame licks over the body of this dragon, you can see that part of it starts to melt from where the impact hit. But then the flame quickly fizzles out. It definitely took a hit though. One action left.
I will put up my shield.
Okay, last action. You cast shield on yourself. That ends Otto's turn. We're round to Alwyn.
Okay. First action will be to drop the rapier. Well, there's free action. Incidentally, would Alwyn... Obviously, Alwyn doesn't speak Draconic, but would he recognise the sound of Draconic? Would he know that Amos has tried speaking Draconic?
I think that's a fair assumption.
Okay. I don't think it's real dragon, Brother Amos. I think it's...
It looks real.
It looks like it's made of ice to me. Like those statues.
Real ice.
Real ice, yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so first action then will be to draw the longbow. Second action...
I'll tell you what, Alwyn, if you want to try and figure out what this is, you can spend an action to recall knowledge.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm happy making assumptions at the moment.
All
right. Yes, I'll fire an arrow at Radosek. Oh, hang on. 5, 10, 15, 20. Ah, damn it. He's less than 30 foot. So I still get the penalty. Never mind.
Indeed. It's almost like a longbow is not an indoor weapon.
Oh, I did roll the 19, however, so that's 25.
That is in...
Oh, 26, because I still get the +1.
That's correct, you do. That's 26 will hit.
Yay! Not critical, though.
Not critical.
For 3 points of damage.
Okay, chipping away at Radosek here.
And Chardonnay, kill the birdie. So Chardonnay will take 2 attacks against the ice dragon. First one, 15.
Is a miss.
And the second one, 10. No.
Also a miss. Sort of Chardonnay snapping and snarling. As a wolf, Chardonnay is very used to sort of hunting organic creatures. He doesn't seem quite sure how to approach this creature just yet. So sort of snaps and snarls a bit, but you can tell that Chardonnay doesn't really have a way through just yet.
Mm.
That'd be our win.
That's the end of your turn. All right. Okay. So end of your turn, we move up to Radosek. And you all watch as this dagger that he's got in his hands, he sort of flicks it up. He flicks it up into his hand and throws it towards Otto.
Oh.
16 to hit, Otto.
No, that doesn't hit because I have my shield up.
Doesn't hit. Lovely. So you watch as this dagger that's streaking towards you, Otto, just scrapes off this magical barrier that you've put around you and clatters to the ground. And then you all watch as it vanishes and reappears in Radosek's hand.
Oh.
Regardless, Radosek then spends an action to move away from Nadia. And with his free hand that's not holding the dagger, you see a familiar cluster of eyes begin to form in his hand, which he flicks towards Chardonnay. Chardonnay needs to give me a reflex save, please.
Okay. Now I get spell saves. I'm guessing Chardonnay doesn't, though.
No, Chardonnay is a separate creature, sadly.
Okay. That's pretty good, though. 22.
22, okay. So as Radosek releases this energy, Chardonnay, kind of a little bit wise to it, having seen it a couple of times now, just manages to get out of the way of the worst of this. Chardonnay takes 7 points of cold damage, reduced to 4. And suffers no other ill effects. Oh, he didn't command the dragon. Bollocks. Never mind, that ends Radosek's turn.
What a shame.
We are back round to Nadia. And you see Nadia sort of looks up and, "Come back here, you slippery little bastard!" Moves up towards Radosek. Once again calls out, "He's slowing down, we've almost got him." And makes an attack with her hatchet. But with a 10, you can see the anger getting the better of her a little bit, as the hatchet doesn't even come close to Radosek on this occasion. End of her turn. We're round to Brother Amos.
I think I'm going to move over to Radosek. Can I get past the dragon?
You can. The dragon is kind of just hovering just above you. As you begin to move past the dragon, Brother Amos, it swipes towards you with one of its claws.
Does it hit me?
I'm about to find out.
Oh, it has attack of opportunity.
It's attack of opportunity.
Oh dear.
21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, Brother Amos, you take 9 points of bludgeoning damage. And you are grabbed by the creature. So as you try to move past, this claw just sweeps out and grabs hold of you, holding you in place.
Liberating step.
Ooh. Okay, this might be the first time we've actually used it in that context. So I think it allows Brother Amos to immediately try to break free, is that correct?
Yes, if I'm not using it against the damage. It's kind of an either or.
An either or, yeah.
But yes, Brother Amos can immediately take an attempt.
Okay. Yeah, alright then. Brother Amos, give me an athletics roll.
12.
It's not enough. You feel Alwyn's magic surround you for a second, gives you a bit of room to wiggle, but you're not able to break free of the dragon. You've still got 2 actions though.
Oh, my apologies. Still takes the resistance to damage.
Alright, so you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage, not instead of 9.
I think he was quite pleased that you saved him 5 points of bludgeoning damage. He doesn't. He doesn't show it, but I know he's pleased.
And just as a note here, Christmas present to us all here. Something I never realised with Liberating Step even if the ally is not grabbed or grappled or whatever, liberating step allows the ally to take a step as a free action.
It does indeed.
Which not known about. Oh, well, I mean, just because I didn't read it properly.
That's good for.
But that's handy to know.
It definitely is. Obviously, doesn't help you break out of the grapple itself there, but
no.
Good to know for future.
Which is what I am going to try to do.
All right, so make another athletics roll, please, Brother Amos.
14.
Oh, hang on, actually. Been doing that a little bit wrong. It's your choice. It's either an unarmed attack or an acrobatics or athletics check.
Then it would be 19 if it was an unarmed attack.
Unarmed attack. And what about on the first roll? What would that have been?
The first roll?
Yeah, the one you made for free when Alwyn.
The liberating step one. It was a 12, so whatever the difference is.
I can't remember.
What's the difference between the two?
Between which two? Sorry, I'm confused now.
Between athletics and your unarmed attack.
My unarmed is 8 and my athletics is 3.
So it would have been 17 then.
17, okay. 17 was not enough to break free.
Okay.
And the second total was
19.
Or still not quite enough. You're wriggling and writhing. It's got a vice-like grip on you, Brother Amos.
Okay. I have one more turn.
You've got one action left, yes.
I'm going to try and break free again, and there's much else I can do.
Fair enough. Roll another unarmed attack.
23.
23, or this time just. You manage to sort of... it takes your whole turn to do it, but you sort of thrash and writhe and just get enough space between the claws, and then finally you're able to burst free from its grip, and it pops you, and your feet kind of touch solid ground again. But that does end your turn, which brings us round to Otto.
I will produce flame at this dragon at Orbifex.
All right.
Just out of interest, in the background, who is it that let the dogs out?
It's me. It's me let the dogs out. And it's 14.
14 is going to miss, unfortunately. You flick the ball of fire up toward the dragon, and you get the angle wrong, and it shoots up now into the sky where the ceiling's been destroyed.
So at least I didn't set fire to Brother Amos.
One action left.
I put my shield up.
You cast shield on yourself once again.
Yes.
Alwyn, we're round to you.
I'll just deal with I'll just shut the window for those dogs.
Okay, so first action, 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm going to move up so that I'm flanking with Radosek.
Okay.
Sorry, my first action will be to drop the longbow and pick up the rapier.
Okay.
Then I will move.
Sure thing.
And with my third action, I'm going to... Oh, gosh. Sorry, Chardonnay. I'm going to attempt to strike Radosek.
Alright, roll that attack.
21.
Oh, 21 is a hit. Roll that damage.
Okay. 3 points of damage.
3 points. He's starting to look wounded at this point, with all the scratches and scrapes. Even where he's recovered a bit of it, you're starting to chip him back down.
Death by 100 cuts.
Mm.
That's cuts, by the way, just just to be clear.
All right. That's the end of your turn, Alwyn.
Yeah.
We are back around to Radosek. who, sort of looking down at where he is going to call out, "Yes, go, Orbifex! Smash them!" From where it is... it makes a swipe down towards Chardonnay. For a 27 to hit.
Yeah, that's not a critical, thankfully, but that is definitely a hit.
Right. So Chardonnay takes 12 points of bludgeoning damage and is grabbed.
Liberating step.
Okay. Chardonnay takes 7 points of bludgeoning damage and is grabbed. Oh, but yes. So Chardonnay can attempt to break free. So that's either an unarmed attack or athletics or acrobatics. Chardonnay's choice.
Well, with Chardonnay being a wolf, would a jaw attack count as an unarmed attack? Because there isn't really an unarmed attack
I mean,
for a wolf.
Technically it is, but I think it's probably a stretch to say that you could get out of something by biting it.
I agree. So as there isn't an unarmed attack, I'll go with the athletics, you say?
Athletics or acrobatics.
Oh, acrobatics. Chardonnay attempts a double flip backwards and fails miserably with an 11.
Right, does. Chardonnay is not fast enough to get out of the way of this strange creature that it doesn't really know how to fight. It's grabbed by the dragon. You watch as the dragon picks up Chardonnay with it in its claws and slams him onto the ground. Chardonnay takes a further 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, Chardonnay is down.
Okay.
Oh.
Chardonnay is unconscious. Has been released though. You'll be glad to know.
Okay.
2 actions left for Radosek. The first thing he's going to do is he is going to he attempts to stab you with this dagger, Alwyn. Seems to be getting a little bit desperate, you notice. And I've got a 15 to hit. That's going to be a miss, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a miss.
He telegraphs the strike way too much. You can see it coming a mile away, and it just scrapes across your armour, not doing any real damage. And the last thing he's going to do is he will once again move away from you. It's getting quite crowded, though. So he's going to 20 feet over to here.
If anything happens to Chardonnay, it will be the last thing he does.
Right.
I think plenty has happened to Chardonnay.
Right, end of Radosek's turn. We are round to Nadia, who is going to rush up to Radosek, and once again, cold fury beginning to boil over in her. She rushes up to him, sort of calls out, "You son of a bitch! What have you done with my daughter? You will tell me if it's the last thing you ever say. And it might be." She is foregoing guiding words on this occasion in order to make 2 attacks against him. And the first cuts through Radosek's guard. You see the splintering of arcane magic as her attack gets through. The second does not. Radosek looking really badly hurt at this point. That ends Nadia's turn. We're round to Brother Amos.
I'm gonna go for Radosek again.
Right. As you begin to move towards Radosek, again the dragon takes a swipe out towards you.
Oh, I forgot about that.
You forgot about the dragon flying around.
I meant like that it can swipe at me when I move. Either way, it would have had a swing at me, wouldn't it?
Attack of opportunity is a very rare thing in Pathfinder 2nd Edition. I can see why you forget about it. 22 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
9 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are once again grabbed.
I'm not doing so well.
You still have 2 actions left, though.
Can one of them be to just curl up into a ball and cry?
No, that's a free action. You can do that anytime.
Okay, I'm going to do that first. I'm going to shake it off, and then I'm going to take a swing at Radosek because he's getting right on my tits.
Okay, yeah. With where you moved, you are just in range of doing so. Make that attack. I'm just seeing if there's any.
15.
15 is going to miss. I was going to say you're going to have a penalty to this because you're kind of restrained by the dragon.
Oh, right, yeah.
15 is a miss anyway.
26.
Oh, 26 is enough to hit.
Sorry, 22, sorry. Minus
22
4.
is still just enough to hit. With where you weakened him earlier in the day, you're able to just wriggle enough free of the dragon's claw that you strike onto him. Roll that attack.
9.
9 points of damage. As he sort of turns to see what's happening and sees you in the grasp of the dragon, and a sneer begins to cross his face as he maybe is beginning to think he's won, which you wipe off his face very quickly with a well-aimed punch that sends blood everywhere as his nose breaks.
Yes.
All right. End of your turn, Brother Amos. We're round to Otto.
You wiped the sneer off his face. I've been dying to do that for a long time. I will produce flame at this dragon.
The dragon, okay. Roll that attack.
Ooh, and it is 27.
27 is a hit there. Roll damage for me.
Damage is 2 plus 6.
Another 6 points of damage. Nice. And another burn scar across the icy flesh of this creature.
I want to take a wing off or something, and then I will put my shield up for my last action.
All right. That ends your turn. Alwyn, we are round to you.
Right. Alwyn will rush back to where he was. He'll drop the rapier so he can do battle medicine on Chardonnay.
Okay.
I'm going to use a hero point.
All right.
Because that was that was 12. So I'm going to use that hero point. 13.
Okay. 13 is a failure, but not a critical failure.
Okay. Third action will be to pick up the longbow.
All right.
And sight Radosek. Do you need a roll for Chardonnay?
I will need a recovery check for Chardonnay, please. He is currently dying 1, so it's DC 12. 12, 11.
It's currently dying 2 because that's an 8.
Okay. End of your turn, Alwyn. We are back round to Radosek. Once again, calls out, Albafex, do it! And again, you watch as the dragon sort of lifts Brother Amos up in its claw and slams him on the ground. Brother Amos, you take 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Liberating step.
You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, so I have no health points now.
Okay, so Alwyn, as you release your liberating step, you watch as Brother Amos is piled into the ground, and you release liberating step, but Brother Amos still does not stand up. Brother Amos, you are dying 1.
Wait, I have haughty obstinacy. Doesn't that stop me from...
No, haughty obstinacy is to do with a like if people tried to order you around, you're resistant to that.
What's toughness?
Toughness gives you additional hit points. But yeah, currently, Brother Amos, you are unconscious and you are dying 1.
Okay.
Okay. From there, Radosek. Oh no, the dragon still has an attack. Turns its attention towards you, Otto.
Oh shit.
And goes for a swipe. 19 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
Otto, you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage. And you are grabbed.
I'm kind of regretting mentioning a TPK at the beginning of this recording.
That ends the dragon. Radosek with his last 2 actions. Again, he's going to break away from Nadia. 5, 10, 15, 25. Again, sort of grabs this dagger up into his hand, throws it towards you, Alwyn. Uh, 18 to hit.
No, 18's going to miss.
Is a miss. Once again, the dagger sails past you, and you watch as before it's even hit the ground, it reappears back in Radosek's hand. We are round to Nadia. Nadia, sort of seeing that this dragon has got Otto grabbed in its claw and seeing Brother Amos on the ground, rushes up towards it. She sort of looks up and glances towards it and says, "Right, I don't think I know how to fight one of these things, but looks like it's ice. Just like any kind of ice, you hit it hard enough, it'll crack, surely." She's going to use her guiding words, and she makes an attack towards the dragon. Ooh, and with a 23, you see she gets a nasty scrape. There's a horrific scrape as the metal cuts through the ice. It doesn't do as much damage as Nadia was expecting, but it does some damage nonetheless. That will end her turn. Brother Amos, we're on to you. I need a recovery check, please. So roll a d20. You're trying to beat 11.
Trying to beat?
11.
17.
17. Brother Amos, you are stable, but you are still unconscious. Brings us around to Otto. You're currently grabbed by the dragon.
Am I actually in the air, grabbed by the dragon?
A little bit. You're not. I mean, it wasn't super high to start with, but it's definitely got you off the ground.
Can I still produce flame and set fire to it while it's...
Yeah, you can do.
Without setting fire to myself?
You can do. As where it has got hold of you, you're going to take a penalty to that attack, but you can make that attack.
Yes, I will make that attack. I will set fire. Oh, a natural 20, so 28.
Fantastic. Alright, roll damage and double it.
4, 8, 22.
22 points of damage. Jeez.
Teach him to grab me.
Alright, so almost in a fury there, Otto. You reach out as this creature grabs you. You reach out and press a ball of fire sort of straight into its face. You watch as there is the sound of a cracking sound, and you watch as one of its wings falls off and shears off and shatters on the ground. And as the wing breaks off, you watch as the dragon actually plummets towards the ground. I need a reflex save from Alwyn and Otto, please.
Reflex save. 22.
Okay. And Alwyn?
13.
13. All right. So as this wing shears off and the dragon plummets to the ground, Otto, you sort of tuck yourself up into its claw because it's still got you grabbed. You tuck yourself up into its claw and absorb the worst of the impact. Alwyn, this dragon lands, basically collides with yourself and Chardonnay. You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as it crashes into you.
Okay.
Sorry, I brought the dragon down on your head. I didn't mean to.
I think this is going to be very important. What about Chardonnay?
Chardonnay becomes dying 3.
Okay.
As he's just had a dragon land on him. Yeah. Otto, you've still got an action left.
I will put up my shield.
All right. Put up your
I don't think anybody's going to think you didn't do the right thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
End of Otto's turn. We're round to Alwyn.
Right. First thing Alwyn is going to do, he's going to loose his arrow at Radosek.
Attack.
17.
It's a miss. The arrow shatters against the arcane force that surrounds him.
Okay, second action will be to rush over to Brother Amos. Third action will be battle medicine.
As you begin moving, Alwyn, the dragon takes a swipe at you.
Okay.
25 to hit.
It will hit.
7 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are grabbed. So you'll get to not quite as far as that.
Okay. Oh, so I won't be able to get up to him.
You will not.
Okay. So 7 points of damage. Okay. So that leaves me with one action then. Fuck it, I'll take another shot at Radosek.
Alright, roll that attack.
So it's going to be 9.
And a 9 is a miss. It just sails very wide and shatters against the icy wall of the tower.
Yeah.
We are back around to Radosek, who looks over at the dragon, sees that it's got both you and Otto kind of in its claws, and it just says, Orbifex, finish them. And you watch as Orbifex uses both its actions to slam you both into the ground. First Otto and then Alwyn.
Oh, sorry, I didn't make a throw for Chardonnay.
Oh, you didn't, that's correct. Roll that recovery check.
Natural 20.
There we go.
Every time.
Good job. So Otto, you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Blimey.
And Alwyn, you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage. As one after the other, the dragon slams you both into the ground and releases you.
Can I do liberating step on Otto?
You absolutely can. So Otto, you take 5 points, not 10 points.
And Otto also gets the opportunity to try and escape.
Well, it's released you as it's done the damage. It's kind of like throwing you into the ground.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, but we are... Radosek still got 2 actions left. You can see there's a sense of confidence growing in his face now. He throws this dagger towards you, Otto, that he's got in his hands.
Mm-hmm.
I take it Otto and I are prone, are we?
You're both prone, yes. 20 to hit, Otto.
Yes, that hits.
Okay, you take 2 points of piercing damage as this dagger sinks into you, and 1 point of cold damage. And you watch again, as you kind of look down at the injury caused, the blade vanishes and reappears in Radosek's hand. With his other hand, he points over towards Nadia, and a very familiar cluster of ice builds in his hand, which he throws towards her. So she's going to make a reflex save. and this time you see she's not quite quick enough to get out of the way of it. Her legs get totally coated in the in this ice spray from Radosek. Nadia's not looking too good herself. She's looking quite beaten up. She's looking. Her breathing's very, very, very heavy. She could fall over at any second. But that will end Radosek's turn, and we are round to Nadia, who, sort of feeling the strength leaving her, turns her attention once again towards Radosek, and is going to move towards him. The dragon will lash out towards her as she does so. Okay, she ducks under the dragon's claw as it swipes towards her, rushes up towards Radosek, and with a battle cry fitting that of the mightiest warriors, slams towards him with her hatchet. It's not enough. She misses, so she brings the swing back on herself and goes for another strike. Tell me how you would like Nadia to finish off Radosek.
Cool.
I think it's got to be something emotional with her kids.
She wipes that sneer off his face for good. Just cuts his face off. It's still on the ground, sneering up at her.
It is Christmas,
and she stamps on it.
And
his lifeless body slumps to the ground in a Christmassy crumble.
Any advance on the grieving mother mutilating his corpse?
I think all that with a cry of "Fathora, you bastard." That was the wrong accent, but
Right,
she went Scottish there.
as she sort of ducks under the dragon and brings the axe to bear, you can all see that there's her face is just streaked with tears, and as she brings the axe round to bear a second time, she calls out, "This is for my daughter, whatever the fuck you've done to her." And she slams the axe once into his chest. Radosek, sort of caught almost completely off guard, collapses backwards. Before he's had a chance to hit the ground, Nadia lifts up the axe again, drawing it free, slams it into him a second time, lifts it up a third time as Radosek hits the ground, and with a singular strike, brings the axe down through Radosek's throat, separating his head from his body. And that is the end of Radosek Pavaril. The head kind of rolls on the floor. Nadia, sort of with this scream of fury as she's done so, sort of sees that he's dead and looks around at the rest of you. Alwyn and Otto, you sort of watched this dragon sort of rearing towards you with its claws, seemingly about to smash down onto the two of you again for a killing blow. As Radosek's head leaves his body, the dragon stops in its tracks.
For
the time being,
wasn't flying.
For the time being, you're out to combat. What would you like to do?
Gonna rush straight over to Brother Amos and perform. Well, stand up first, obviously, because I'm prone. Rush over to Brother Amos and perform battle medicine.
Right.
If you see my wife, tell her I said hello.
19, you'll be glad to hear.
There we go.
You get 9 points back.
9.
And then rush over to Nadia and do the same. Yeah, hopefully.
By the time you get over to her, you see that Nadia has sort of her legs have totally failed her, and she's slumped to the ground, just next to Radosek's corpse.
And hopefully won't kill her. No, 20. Dirty 20.
That's a success.
So she gets 7 points back. And the only person I've not done battle medicine on is Otto.
Oh, I could certainly use some.
Yeah, so I'll rush over and do battle medicine on Otto. Right. The one person I get a natural 20 on. That's the one who needs it least.
Nice.
Right, okay.
So you get 4d8 back there.
You get a nice little 15 points back.
15 points back. Marvellous.
Very nice.
Ooh.
Thank you. I'm almost fully recovered.
Yeah, don't rub it in.
I'm feeling lucky today. This fight was unusual in that I didn't die.
No, but everyone else nearly did.
Everyone else nearly did, but my luck is changing.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good thing.
And so is yours.
Yeah, clearly.
So this dragon is just frozen, is it?
It's just frozen in place. Yeah,
like a broken sculpture.
like a broken sculpture, exactly. It now looks largely the same as it did when you first saw it in the courtyard, except now it's missing a wing and is motionless in the centre of the chamber, or near the centre of the chamber.
For what it's worth, Alwyn is going to go over and presumably he can tell that Chardonnay is still breathing.
Yeah, you get over to Chardonnay and you sort of pull the wolf out from under the dragon where the dragon landed on it, and you can just see you can see that Chardonnay's breathing is shallow, but is there.
Right, I'm going to start a treat wounds on Chardonnay.
All right. And yeah, you can absolutely do that. And a tense 10 minutes passes, as any second you're expecting the dragon to come to life again and finish the job, but it doesn't. You do complete the treat wounds.
Kind of don't, because with a 12...
Okay. You're able to stop Chardonnay getting any worse, but you aren't able to make him feel any better.
So still unconscious, presumably.
Okay. So you now find yourselves alone in the top floor of the Pale Tower, with the statue of the dragon on one side, the headless corpse of Radosek on another, and this still present holographic globe in the centre of the chamber. What would you like to do?
Yes, exactly what is this holographic globe that we're seeing in the centre of the chamber?
You've seen this before. When you were up in this chamber previously, you saw that this globe kind of has pinpricks of light all over it and lines and such. And when you interacted with it, you discovered that it kind of responded to your touch, and and the pinpricks of light would show up the names of cities that you recognised. You suspect, though you're not certain, that this may be a map of some kind.
Yes, look, see, when you press this one, here's Absalom. Oh no, wait, that's Kintargo. But you get the idea. Here's Heldren. Oh no, Sandpoint. Yes. Anyway,
I get the gist.
Yes.
So, we need to find this cauldron and throw our things in it, don't we?
Well, the cauldron is in the hut at White Throne.
Yes. So
well, White Throne's not here.
No, we need to go.
Nadia, how are you feeling? I don't mean, your injuries. I mean, how are you feeling?
I feel better now that bastard's dealt with. But I still don't know where Thor is. So you could say I'm a little mixed.
Well, maybe there might be something in all this paperwork around, maybe. I don't know.
Oi, you're right.
Let's all chip in and see if we can find anything, shall we?
Okay. So you're searching the various books and papers that are dotting the tables on the outside of the room. Is that correct?
Whilst we are searching, Brother Amos would like to discreetly stamp on Radosek's head.
You can absolutely do that.
Don't stamp on it. We can have a game of football later.
That's dark. Oh God. All right.
Actually, while you're all searching, I'm just going to take a quick 10 minutes, and then I can help Chardonnay. So yeah, he'll be sipping from his stein and communing with Kate and Kalian.
Okay, that's fine. All right. So those of you who are investigating, sort of seeing what you can find around here. Let's have... What skill to use? Let's have Arcana rolls from everybody. Because all these books and writings are all in seem to be written in magical shorthand.
Is it D20?
Yes, a D20 plus your Arcana score.
Oh, natural 20 plus 1.
All right.
I got 14.
14, okay. Yeah, Otto, as you start looking through these papers, although it's written in magical shorthand, and magical shorthand is very personal to the mage who's writing it, there are some standards and some core concepts that generally stay the same. You almost immediately understand what these papers are telling you. There's no specific mention of Thora, Nadia's daughter, but you do suddenly feel like, having spent a bit of time with these books and these papers, you feel like you have a very good understanding of this hologram in the centre. You learn that hologram is part of a larger ritual which is controlling the Winter Portal through to Heldren, and you think you have a very good understanding on how to close it.
Do I? I think I have.
Yeah, you're not certain. You've never seen this kind of magic before, but you understand enough from reading, like Radosek's notes, and also some notes in a more feminine hand, that you very quickly piece together how this ritual was performed, and you also piece together how to undo it.
Right. Hey everyone, I think I've worked something out. I think I've worked out how to close this portal.
Oh great! Go on then.
So what have I worked out?
Okay. So would you like to attempt to close the Winter Portal, Otto?
I would like to attempt to close it. Nothing ventured.
All right. Okay. You almost without answering Alwyn or any other question, you approach this globe in the centre, and you sort of waft over it with your fingers. You find that you can spin it, you can enlarge it, you can shrink it, and all sorts of things. It takes you a little moment to find, but you find one point of light that is brighter than the others, which you tap and you hold, and it projects a small name of the Pale Tower, which you recognise to be where you are. And you also sort of tracking the faint lines emanating from it, you track a place across to a second point, which is labelled Taldor, and you recognise this as the site of the portal near Heldron. Near Heldron, and with a strange force that you don't fully understand in your head, and it's only this easy because of your natural 20. You close your eyes and you see a thread connecting these two places together. You reach out with both hands, you grasp it firmly, and with a firm tug, you snap that thread. All of you hear a resounding thundercrack coming from far outside the tower. And that is where we will end, not only for tonight, but also for this first part of your adventure.
Ooh. Wow. My goodness.
Shouldn't we have been on the other side of the portal when you closed it?
It's a bit late now.
Well, yeah, I just did what came naturally.
Wow.
I didn't really know what I was doing, to be honest.
Well, gosh. So that's where we end for this episode, for this part of the adventure, and for this year.
Indeed.
That's this year, yes.
Brings us to the end of 2020, folks. It's been a wild ride.
It really has. I mean, thank you, Dom.
Yes,
no, thank you guys.
Everyone.
Thank you, Dom.
And thank you to our listeners. It's a good opportunity for us to wish everyone out there, obviously, a wonderful season and, of course, a very, very, very happy and wonderful new year.
Yes, try and get out a bit more this next year.
Yeah.
But only if it's safe.
Yes.
Worth noting, we're actually going to take a little bit of time off over Christmas. We've all been working pretty damn hard, so, you know, we're worth it. So there won't be an episode on the 2nd of January, but you can join us again on the 9th into the new year, when we see what that twanging crack was.
Twanging crack.
Don't put it much better than I did.
I'll tell you what, you nearly got me when I was doing this lovely description of an intense magical phenomena and the culmination of a large part of your journey. And as soon as I said what was it I said? You reach out and you grasp it with both hands. I just heard Darren snigger. I was like, to be fair, I put that on a plate in front of you. I can't be mad.
Indeed.
I can't help it.
It's hard coded into you.
It's just the way my brain is wired. It's from all the years of watching Bottom.
Yeah.
And porn.
Bottom.
But yes, thank you to you guys for playing. Thank you to everybody for listening, and we will see you again in 2021 for more episodes of and the continuation of the story in Tales from the 20 Side. Good night, folks.
Bye.
Happy New Year.
Good night. Happy New
Year.
Year.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Bye. Happy holidays.
Tales from the 20 Side is a Fiegel Films production in association with Juicy Falls. Music by Nazar Ryback from hooksounds.com. Editing by Stu Jackson. Find us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram by searching Tales from the 20 Side or by visiting talesfromthe20side.com.